the Law of Success book. If you get it, make sure you don't get this one. I don't know if you can tell, but they spelled success wrong on the cover. And every other word is spelled, not that it's spelled wrong, but the spacing is all messed up in it. But anyway, that's not the point of this. The point of this is I'm about like halfway through this book, and she thick, right? It's a big book, but it's probably it's a really good book for two reasons. And the first of being that as you're reading through it, you come across different things that it states, like a paragraph or a page or 2 pages, and it reminds you of some other book that you've read in the past that they pretty much took, I don't know, like a paragraph or a page out of this book, right? Maybe not out of this book, but obviously we all know where all books come from, but the way it was said, you're like, oh, that book I read, like, I don't know, last year, they did a whole book based off of like a page in this book, right? Because this book was written in like 1925 or something like that, right? So pretty cool from that aspect. So that part, so like I said, I'm only halfway through the book and I think it's amazing. I've done a lot of highlighting, a lot of everything. The other thing that is pretty crazy is in the book it goes over people's habits, right? And the habit of saving. And obviously it's crazy because like back when they wrote this book, like making a few cents was like crazy, right? And so it's like hard to relate to the numbers, but the percentage wise, like back in the early 1900s, there were people living paycheck to paycheck the same exact way people live paycheck to paycheck today. It goes and talks about the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing. That same thing happened even back then, right? So it's just like human nature, and human nature has not changed at all. At all during all these years. So this book is awesome. There's other versions of this book that are, I think, spelled correctly and the spacing's right. So I talked about this book probably a little bit ago, a few months ago when I first got it, and I've been slowly reading it and comparing it to Napoleon's other book, Think and Grow Rich, and how this was actually the first book made, and then he made that one because no one let him, I think Henry Ford or someone didn't let him like publish the book because like it gave away all the secrets. The book's actually written like a course. So it's a super good book. You should definitely read it. It's awesome. It pretty much has all of, I don't know, probably like 10, 20 books, 30. I don't even know how many books have been written off of this book. But like I said, I'm a slow reader, and with the weird spacing and all the other weird stuff that it's got going on, some of the spelling errors and that, it makes it even slower for me to read it. But since it is so big, it like the writing on the pages are like pretty decent, but it is like a textbook. So I would totally suggest you read it. Like I said, I'm halfway through it. Should be done with it hopefully soon. Just because I feel like I've been reading this book forever. But it's a great book if you're looking for something to read. I'll drop a link to not this book so you can get one with correct spelling. And yeah, all of Napoleon Hill's books I've really enjoyed. So if you're looking for a new book to read, I would definitely suggest this one, just not this version or this whatever print or whatever you call it, edition, whatever. But amazing book. And like I said, everything that is in this book still holds true today, which is pretty crazy. And Lucy likes walking behind the couch and hitting all the blinds. But yeah, it's a great book. And the whole thing with people living paycheck to paycheck still holds true, and human nature and all the other things still hold very, very true even to this day. Even this book was written like almost 100 years ago, so pretty freaking sweet. Anyway, check this book out if you haven't. It's a great book, and I'll see you on the next one.